So 2025 is almost over. This has been easily worst year of my life. However, there was one highlight besides like the Switch 2 or whatever coming out of this year, and that was K-Pop Demon Hunters. That was my hyperfixation all summer, and I still talk about it today, but I'm not like as into that as I was. I still reference it all the time. I still at least hear the songs around and stuff. It's just a good movie. What am I gonna say? What else could I say? But of course, I had to get the 7-inch vinyl for Golden. Let's be real. So this is the second 7-inch vinyl review from K-Pop Demon Hunters. I have two more I'm gonna be doing after this. However, I'm thinking about getting one more song as a 7-inch vinyl, but I'm not sure yet. It's not what it sounds like. So this is the last HUNTR one. So I already introduced HUNTR, who they are, who sings them. If you want to know more about that, you can go check out my review for How It's Done, which I recommend anyways, because, you know, How It's Done is one of my favorite songs for sure. But this is definitely the most popular. I'm guarantee you've heard this song. In some fashion, you have at least heard this song in passing, because this was like in the Billboard Top 100 for like many weeks in a row. Like, this song is big. So yeah, before we get into the song and also how it kind of plays into the movie, let's talk about the disc and the packaging. Starting with the disc, it is naturally kind of a golden sort of pattern to it. Now, I know some people get freaked out with like patterns, or like with me specifically, I'm like, okay, if it's a picture disc, then there's like a 50-50 chance it's either going to still sound pretty good or it's going to sound like garbage. I'm looking at you, Disney. Yeah, this plays fine. It plays perfectly well. No need to worry about it sounding like Garbo. So if it sounds like Garbo, that might be a you problem. But yeah, now with the disc out of the way, let's dive more into the packaging. So here we have the packaging for Golden, and it's pretty simple-ish. I'm going to be saying gold a lot, just a little warning. So, yeah, we have Golden in gold font. We got the HUNTR logo right below in white. Then we got three girls, Rumi, Mira, Zoe, all doing their epic poses, kind of showing off their personalities a little bit in their golden-themed outfit. With the Mira and Zoe having white jackets, and then Rumi having a black one. Weirdly enough, though, something that's weird that I've noticed that I don't think anyone really has talked about is that when they perform Golden, this is like a side tangent, I guess. When they perform Golden later on in the movie, they're all wearing a black jacket. These two get a white jacket. I won't say how, but they do. And so it's kind of weird that they have a white jacket now, but that's just a minor nitpick. And then they're on top of a plane. Part of the music video takes place on a plane, like very briefly, but it works pretty well with the whole theme. You got the sun rising in the back. That looks really nice. Then you got the stars in the sky, so it's like sunset or sunrise or something. So it looks pretty cool. Now on the back, we have another view of the plane. Some more stars that are like yellow and twinkly looking. Got the Netflix and like other credit stuff down below there. Side A, and I think I forget to mention this, but side A is Golden, and side B is the instrumental for Golden. If you want to try to hit that note karaoke style, that's how you do it. Just flip it on to the other side, and then, yeah. Airplane's also a gold color if you didn't notice. Inside, we got quite a few things too, or a couple things. We got another picture of Rumi, swinging on that thing, interacting with the Hanmoon. Then the other side, it's all three. This is what I mean. At the end of the movie, they have like black jackets, all three of them. But in early on in the beginning, only she does. I don't know, plot, I guess. Plot reasons. I'll just say that. But yeah, it shows all three of them performing there. So yeah, pretty cool in itself. But I believe, like How It's Done, this had some other little goodies. So we got another sticker sheet. I really don't mess with stickers really, so I just kind of keep it in there just to have them. Maybe if I do one day, but yeah, it's good to have them. And then you get a random card. I believe it would be either Rumi, Zoe, or Mira. I happen to be lucky enough to get Rumi. She's my favorite one, by the way. So yeah, it's cool that I got Zoe, not Zoe, Rumi there. But yeah, it comes with some extra goodies, just like How It's Done did, and how the others do as well. Which is another reason to get the 7-inch vinyls as well as the main soundtrack, because ultimately the 7-inch vinyls act as kind of extra collector's editions, and also just another way for Netflix to make more money off the movie. But like, still, there is some unique stuff here that's really cool. So yeah. Any of y'all familiar with the song I Am by the group IVE, the K-pop group IVE? Or it could be IVE. Don't kill me in the comments. Actually let me know, because I'm thinking of checking out their stuff a little more. This has such a similar vibe that people made edits of like that song, then this song, and they like merge perfectly together. Like same beats per minute or beats per second, same everything, same general upbeat vibe through most of it. And it's really good. And if you're not a K-pop fan, you've probably at least seen this meme. That's from the music video, except she doesn't actually hit the side of the plane. Like, it's just like something someone recreated and edited in, which is dedication. But I remember at the time when that song came out, that was a big meme. So I mentioned with How It's Done that I feel like each of these songs kind of have sort of inspirations grabbed from actual K-pop groups. And I was like, How It's Done feels very Blackpink. This feels very IVE. So yeah, and I think it works well. This song is like the central motif of the movie. So, and that's what I've been calling it. I think it has an actual different name to what it is, but in a lot of musicals, there's like a song, like a musical number that comes back later on in the film as in like a different way. Like Golden, in this instance, there will be like some sad parts with Rumi, and you'll hear like a sad violin sort of rendition of it. In the song What It Sounds Like, which is like the final song of the movie, you get kind of the harmony in it in like the second half near the end, kind of. So this song does come back a lot, and it makes sense story-wise because they released Golden with the intent to seal the Han Moon. That's why it's called Golden. They want to seal the Han Moon, because once it turns golden, for those who don't know, once the Han Moon turns golden, then all the demons are sealed away forever in the demon world, and they can just do the K-pop thing. They don't have to do the HUNTR thing, because the demons will be forever sealed with Gima. So this song also does a good job at reminding the audience who Huntrix are, like as people, not as like a group, like, they kill, pretty much killing demons and stuff. This is more about who they are as a person. Like the fans in How It's Done, like right before that happens, they kind of introduce you to them, kind of give a little summary via the fans and stuff. They get a few lines to sort of reintroduce themselves via song. For example, Rumi's is like, given the throne, I didn't know how to believe I was the queen that I'm meant to be. Basically, her saying like, well, I was set up to be the center of Huntrix and like build around him, and because I'm part of this group now with Zoe and Mira, I can be who I'm supposed to be. And Zoe's, I believe, was, I lived 2 lives, tried to play both sides, but I couldn't find the right place, because she's a Korean American, so she has Korean heritage, but she grew up in Burbank, USA. They made that specific in the intro. But she lived in Burbank, but she moved to Korea. That's my understanding. And there's a lot of rumors, like speculation, that she's like a child of divorce or something, but that wasn't really super explored. And then Mira's was called a problem child because I got too wild, but now that's how I'm getting paid. Because Mira grew up in a household full of like people that had like high expectations for her and wanted her to act a certain way, but she would just act out. And now her being herself and acting out in the way she was discouraged to do, now that's how she's getting paid. She can be herself with Huntrix essentially, and that's really nice too. This is also where we find out Rumi has patterns, and that makes the audience question, why do you have patterns? You're not a demon, are you? Shortly after, it's revealed that she indeed is part demon. So, hi, editing Brandon here. I've missed something. I was gonna say it right after this part. I don't know why I skipped over it, but I did. One part I really like when they're showing the scene right after she reveals that she has patterns is one of the lines is "No more hiding, I'll be shining like I'm born to be." But as she's singing that, she's hiding her patterns again. So I just thought that was kind of neat that they did that. What they did a good job on was definitely the catchiness and the mainstream sound of this song. Like how it's done also sounded very mainstream, and same with Soda Pop and Your Idol. Those, especially Soda Pop, they did a good job on making these songs sound mainstream when they're part of a musical, you know? Like this does have like a musical segment in it between the last chorus and the first chorus, but I love it when musicals do that. And I think I'll dive more into that when I review the album as a whole, but I don't that that version that I want to review, that's not out yet, so yeah. So would I recommend Golden? Absolutely. I absolutely would. It's a great song on its own. If you're a fan of the movie, definitely you might want to get it. Even if you didn't enjoy the movie, but you're like, the songs are kind of good though, I do recommend at least if there was like a couple songs you liked to get like at least the 7-inch vinyls. I mean, why not, right? So what are your thoughts on Golden? Do you love the song still? Are you annoyed by this song? Do you wish people would shut up about it? Or do you think it's not being played enough still? Do you think it deserved Song of the Summer? Because I still can't believe the VMAs didn't have it win Song of the Summer. I'm legitimately baffled. Let me know down in the comments. Reminder that I have a Spotify playlist of all my favorite songs from each record review. Since this is a single, I'll be putting Golden on that playlist. Once I'm done with these 7-inch reviews, there's at least going to be 4 songs from the movie. It'll be 5 when I do the review of the whole soundtrack. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell when you do. And yeah, so long, good night, and also Happy New Year.